to my first techo kaigi. A techo kaigi is like a journal meeting. So I guess what you would usually do if you've journaled before is you talk about what worked for you last time and how you could improve it and stuff like that. So I haven't really been consistently journaling all these years, but that is something I want to try this year. Daily journaling, whether it's like simple write-up or like venting thoughts about stuff or anything really. The goal is just to note something down every single day. So I did kind of try to do something last year, but it didn't quite work out. I've always dabbled with the thought of daily journaling. Didn't work out for me. Usually a journal for me was something I vented in, or like it would last a month or so and then it would die out a little bit. So this year I want to try letting go of that idea of perfectionism and having to make every page look pretty. If it's a little cute, then that's good. But yeah, the idea is just to put something in the journal every day, and it could be anything. I'm keeping it flexible. So like descriptions of the day, a little vent sometimes, a little thought process stuff, collages, stickers, washi tapes, like anything. The goal is just to put something down, and yeah, I think that would work. Last year I did try using this book that I bought from Typo. It's this wellness book, and it didn't last very long. It lasted till February. Well, it's February now this year, so we'll see if my journaling process works better. But I think it's going well so far, and I'm having so much fun with it. So in this book, you have these pages, but they have like a very specific layout. They have a bunch of lines for you to write down a description of the day, but it's not quite enough. They have a priorities section and gratitude and water, and you know, it's very set into stone what this page is for, and I don't think that was very good for me. One day I could be all about gratefulness and stuff. Another day I might feel a bit pressured to write things to be grateful about, and I just don't want to feel any pressure that way in terms of my journal, because I think it should be a place where I feel safe to express anything in. Yeah, but this one just felt very rigid. I did okay on the first 2 days, but yeah. So I know that didn't work well for me. Whereas this year I have my Hobonichi, and I love this. You can see that the way they have their pages set out, they have one whole page for each day. You can just make it up as you go along really. I like that because just depending on what mood I am in that day, I can just do anything. So here, this is the first page that I have in my Hobonichi. January 10th is when I received this in the mail, so I was very excited. And I had a bunch of cutouts from magazines that I stuck here, as well as the lolly that I ate that day, and some stickers that I had lying around. Here, there were some things that I needed to do, so I made a little to-do list and made little comments about my day. Here, I just was really into making rice crackers out of those mochi packets from the Japanese supermarket. I guess I talked a lot about that for some reason. This is what a journal is for. A journal is for just, well, I don't know, hyperfixations if you have one. And apparently on Friday the 12th, I was really into rice crackers. So I guess that's the cool thing about keeping this daily journal. You can figure out what you were so into that day. It's like a little souvenir of 2024. Yeah, I know that sounds cheesy, but I don't know. Maybe my future self will appreciate me for recording my life in this, even though it's real mundane stuff. Yeah, anyways, like that's my process really. I just put down what I feel like I want to put down that day. Just going by feeling, no structure, because structure stresses me out. So yeah, that's my process when it comes to recording stuff in my Hobonichi. I'm just so glad I bought this. You can make the argument that I could use any other journal, any other daily planner instead of Hobonichi, but I don't know, for me, I think I've always wanted a Hobonichi. I've always watched Hobonichi flip throughs, and there's like this whole culture, especially when I saw other artists use this as a daily journal. So I guess in my mind it holds a lot of value more than other planners. It's like the top tier journal in my mind, and I finally got one. I think the thing that deterred me from buying it in previous years was the price, but now I have it, I'm just like, this is so expensive, I should use it, and it feels so good in my hands. And I don't know, it's just, I just like this basic layout. I mean, it's basic, but they got everything right. Like, the lines aren't that dark, they're very subtle, so good for writing, good for drawing. Yeah, this is just right. I mean, if you buy just a random cheap planner, I feel like the lines are way too dark, and I really am not into that at all. Yeah, I love using this. I'm so glad that I bought it. I've been journaling so much since having this, and I just love flipping through the past pages already, even though it's only been 1 and a bit months into the year. Yeah, really good. So, the next journal is this Kiki's Delivery Service schedule diary, and basically I use this just to note down events, meetups with friends, appointments and stuff, just all that boring stuff. I just put it all in this journal because this one is basically just for personal stuff or just recording events of the day, depending what I feel like, really. And I want to keep this fun and cool, and this one's like, this is what I need to do. And I think it's good to keep those things separate. Serious business in this cute pink notebook. Yeah, that's basically what it is. This next book is also another book I bought from the Hobonichi store. I put a cute cat sticker on it from Daiso. And I also bought this pencil board that I could use with this and the Hobonichi. So what I'm using this for is for commonplacing. Commonplacing is basically when you find something interesting and you want to note that down for yourself. And I think I've done this sort of thing when I was a kid as well. Like when I went to the library, borrowed a book, thought it was really cool, thought there was cool things written in it, but I couldn't keep the book forever, of course. So I would just write down some things in my own personal book to keep forever. And this is basically what it is. And you know, the internet is so vast these days, it's hard to keep track of all the information that you consume, so I think keeping important things you want to remember is good for this. And it's kind of therapeutic, especially after a long day, you want to do something mindless while listening to music. So yeah, I think that's cool. I was watching Dozy Ghoul's videos about commonplacing, and it really inspired me to start this off. I kind of based my key on what she did: quotes and literature, articles and copy text, personal miscellaneous, special interests, important in work, ephemera, and visuals. And I'll just see how that key goes for now. So far I found that I had 2 main topics that I usually noted down things for, which was articles and special interests. Other ones are kind of like tumbleweed at the moment, but we'll see how it goes. I really wanted to break into this journal right away, so I started by noting down some quotes that were on my Goodreads page, just to put something in there. The first page has to be neat. As we go along it gets a little messier, but let's not talk about that right now. One of the quotes I wrote was, "There is no standard normal. Normal is subjective. There are 7 billion versions of normal on this planet." By Matt Haig, Reasons to Stay Alive. I find that quote really comforting. So that's an example of something you could put in there. Quotes that you find inspiring, uplifting, or whatever. You don't even need a good reason to put it in there, as long as you find it interesting and cool, I guess. And so far I've commonplaced about commonplacing. I'm also into Mean Girls, so you know there's that bracelet trend where people make bracelets for Taylor Swift's concerts. Well, I thought, oh, what if I make Mean Girls ones too? So I just wrote a bunch of ideas of what I could make based on Mean Girls. Yeah, even ideas and stuff. Yeah, I've been really enjoying this book. Okay, so the next book is this tiny thing here. I'm just going to show you the front of this and leave it at that because it's full of venting and stuff, but I think I really did need a little book for that kind of stuff. I didn't want to fill my Hobonichi with negativity or anything. This is full of positive vibes, mostly, unless the only thing that day was a negative thing, then I'll just write a brief statement. But if I really want to get in depth into what I'm angry about or emotional about, then I'll write it in this little journal. I think it's very therapeutic. It's like morning pages, I guess, in a way, except I don't do it every day. This is very good to keep me sane, I think. This is basically a place to express those unhinged thoughts. And we all need a place for that sometimes. Anyways, moving along, we don't want to get too much into that one. This is the next book, and to be honest, I haven't really been filling this book up lately. Most of my art has been digital, so I haven't really been doing anything in this book. But let's show you the most recent page, which is on 5th November 2023, and I think this is really cool. I just went mindlessly using my coloured pencils and drew something, and I really want to do that more this year. Ignore this page because that's from ages ago. It's like a whole few months, almost a year apart, so that's kind of embarrassing. But I would like to fill this journal. Maybe I can finish it one day because I'm only halfway through and I started this in 2021. I guess I don't do that much physical art journaling. But yeah, that's something I want to try do more this year. Draw. Lots of drawing. Anyway, that brings me to the end of my journaling video. My first journaling video! Yay! Thanks for getting this far through the video, and hope you have a good day. See you later!